It's good. You know, it's good to share knowledge.
I am going to take the reins because I am a big fan of the person spawning in the top left corner of the map. It is from Clan Dragon Kaiser Gaming. Dark, I think is the right one.
Swoosh. It's called Dragon Kitesy.
Kitesy. Okay.
Kitesy, yeah.
Kitesy? What is that?
Kaizi.
Kitesy. Okay.
Yeah. So that was a
All
team. Kitesy was the team, but then Dragon Phoenix Gaming, they merged. They merged teams. To be Dragon
Understood.
Kitesy. His opponent on SSLT, which I believe is like the Starving Camels, something like that.
Okay.
Is the blue Protoss Cyan. Aptly in the blue. I actually don't know if they exist anymore. I thought they didn't, or maybe somebody just left their team. Oh, I have to look this up. Liquipedia, save me. SSLT
Save us.
Is the acronym of Starved Camel. Yeah, look at that. I was correct.
SSLT.
That's So it's a Chinese semi-pro team. I guess they do still exist. Oh, it was Firefly recently left to join Platinum Gaming. That's what it was.
Of course.
Of course. Yes, it's obviously part of the Chinese proverb, a starved camel is still larger than a horse.
What? Okay.
More learning.
Well, Dark got his hatch blocked.
He did.
And that
He
is
did.
a thing
This
that happened.
is still a thing that happens pretty much every single ZVP. So, you know, good stuff. Good stuff. It looks like this isn't a two building wall. There's a gap.
No. There's a gap for sure. Yeah.
There is a gap. Much like most of the malls in America, there is a gap.
He's got the jokes, this chicken. He's got the jokes.
You know, I'm a professional. So Cyan's trying to harass with the Adepts here, and this is kind of what I was talking about that MaxFax loves to do, and how MaxFax so handily defeated Dark recently. Was his Adept micro and his Oracle control was so strong. Cyan, though, not really able to get the same kind of damage, just poking and prodding. Does have another Adept showing up, though, and the Queen is not in position. Some drones possibly going to start going down here. Ooh, all of a sudden,
so
three
far.
dead drones.
Trying to get that last one.
Adept in the main did go down.
Yep.
The
Both
Adept
went
in
down.
the Natch. So 4 drones for 2 Adepts. I think that's okay for Dark, but
That is break even for both players, but
Yeah.
a little lost mining time for Dark. You know, it might make a couple things a few seconds behind. Spores already almost done here. I like Dark. He likes to go for the 2 spores. So many Zergs like to skip the spore in the main.
yeah.
They put 2 queens there, and then they end up losing 3 drones. And then the casters go, well, usually you can defend that. And it's like, no, you can't. People always fucking lose 3 drones in the main.
It's
if you
so
put 2
common.
queens there.
I mean, against
Every
somebody
time.
like Hero, you're just gonna lose the drones.
Yeah.
But you're definitely gonna lose more drones without the Spore Crawler. I agree. It's like you're taking a chance that they're gonna mess up their control this time.
Yeah.
But
Good
I
luck.
feel like that's so rare against the top players. Now, here against Cyan, Dark might be able to bet on that a little bit more, right? Like, Cyan is very good. Obviously, he just took out Oliveira, who is the current world champion of I Am Katowice, and honestly has looked pretty solid lately. But still not likely to be as, like, consistent in his games as somebody like
Consistency, I
Hero
think.
or Classic, where you can just count on the Oracle control being top-notch.
Yep. I mean, he's already gotten 2 drones worth of damage, though. Pretty nice. He is going to
has
make...
indeed.
Is that a... Oh, he's going to just go in with some big Adepts here. Glave's about halfway done, interestingly enough.
Yeah, so this
Oh, he's
poke with
gonna
Adepts
cancel
is
that?
a very common thing to see with like a Blink build. So I wonder if Cyan's trying to fool Dark. Dark, though,
Dark Shrine
doesn't seem
coming
to care. He's attacking. He's walking his queens across the map. He's got Lings on the way, Roaches and Ravagers, and he is going to try to kill Cyan. Cyan needs to defend. I love the Dark Shrine play because Dark doesn't have a lair, so there's no mobile detection. So if Cyan can hold for a little while, and the stasis traps are a great way to do that, He can
Face
get a
is
couple
gonna buy him
DTs
some
out.
time.
There's nothing Dark's going to be able to do about that. Can Dark get enough damage done before then to make it not matter?
Glaives are just about to be finished up here. He's got 2 shield batteries there at the third base, so he will be able to use that, overcharge them if needed. I would like to say that Cyan might be in a relatively decent spot for this, but those Adepts, not a ton of health on them, not a ton of energy. He does pop battery. And here come the DTs. So
Yeah,
this is now... Nope, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Those
not
are
quite.
Adepts. I thought it was done. I thought it was done.
It's very close. Cyan is just doing a great job holding and buying that time that he needs. The Dark Shrine is now finished. The Adepts shade away. Cyan has decided to give this base up, and he's just going to try to take as good of a trade as he can. Okay, finally some DTs warping in. I think the base can still die, but that's like kind of bare minimum for Dark, right? Like, he needed to kill that. And now he's going to run home to 37 drones. He just lost all of his queens. His lair's not even halfway done.
Yeah, lair's not done yet. I mean, these DTs, there are spores in each base, but, you know, you can still definitely be quite annoying with them, especially when you have a clutch of Adepts as well. Pulls the army over to the third base. DTs are going to go to the natural if you get on top of that spore. I mean, it's not even done yet.
Yeah,
He's going to pull those spores over, though.
Some drones going down, and like Dark really needs to be droning up like crazy right now. He's just not able to do it. The Oracle's here as well. They could turn back on. Well, not quite. They don't have a lot of energy right now.
They don't have a ton of energy.
It looks like Dark's
definitely
gonna be able
an
to
awkward position.
hold, but yeah, I don't know that I love his position. Cyan is retaking his base, and oh no, these Overlords got rallied out across the map. That's going to be 2 dead Ovies for Dark, just for no reason, really. And the Oracle's on the other side of the map just killing more Lings as the Adepts trade with them as well. This is looking very good for our Protoss.
Yeah.
Have I been sleeping on Cyan this whole time? This is like what is happening? Both Cyan and Firefly have had some sick runs lately. If Cyan wins this game, I'm actually going to be like incredibly impressed.
I mean, I would argue to say if he doesn't win this game, you know, this is about as good as it can get for him, right? Other than just a complete blunder in the early game or some, you know, like a build order win.
I mean, this was a pretty solid like, build order win for him. He was against a hatch-only aggressive player with a Dark Shrine on the way, but I think that was a clear choice as well once he saw the Queens moving off creep.
I do too, for sure.
That being said, Dark can be one of the best players when he's like behind. He can be incredibly efficient in some games. But I love the way Cyan's playing this, right? He's still just killing creep, he's killing drones, he's trading with Lings, getting whatever little bits of damage he can. He knows he's ahead, and if he can just keep that lead, it's going to be very difficult for Dark to come back.
Yeah, surprised to see the fourth base just now going down. I would have loved to see that maybe even while that attack was going on the other side of the map. Then again, he did have to probe up his third base. So I could see, you know, wanting to put the money back into that. So
yeah,
maybe a calculated play.
Trying to get a bit of an army together too. So I think he is more focused on getting the Blink Stalkers out, because now, I mean, Roach is not super great at dealing with Blink Stalkers out here, and I love the way Cyan is just poking and prodding again, trying to get as much efficiency as possible. I mentioned that like Dark from behind, he can be really efficient, but that's like impossible against Blink Stalkers to actually be efficient. It's so hard. I mean, he gets some kills here for free. Oh, the Stasis Ward though.
Speaking of free kill,
brutal.
Speaking of free kills, Adepts do end up finishing the shade. They are going to go into the natural here.
Yeah,
splitting the army a little bit. A couple of Adepts.
At the third. 9 more
but look at
drones
these
going
roaches,
down though. And yeah, that's just gonna be it. That is it. Cyan taking game 1 off of Dark.
Oh my goodness. That's game 1 in the bag, folks.
That's pretty sick, man. Dark is
that's pretty cool.
Dark is no slouch.
No.
And Cyan, obviously, he is very good, but he's a major underdog here. I don't think I need to really tell anybody that, because you probably haven't really seen any Cyan games.
Dark left the party.
Oh, Dark said, "That's it. I'm done."
That's it. I'm done. I don't want to do it.
He may have to relog.
Yeah. True. Who won? Cyan won game 1.
He did indeed.
He got the first game.
And we're going to...
Yeah,
Oh,
very
here's a
cool.
good one. How do you pronounce this map name?
Okay, I can definitely do this. Let me think about it a moment here.
All right. Think away.
Do you know how it's pronounced?
I mean, you know, as much as one can know these things.
Okay. I'm going to go with Alcyone.
Honestly, pretty solid guess. I believe the consensus is Alcyone.
Alcyone.
Yeah. Because I think it's like a Greek word or like a Greek god or something.
Alcyone.
Yeah, could be.
No idea.
I mean, I don't really know. I'm just kind of going with what like State said on GSL, and that seems to be kind of agreed upon. I think what State did was like put the word into Google and then hit the like say it to me button.
Yeah.
You know, so if you trust Google, that's a good way to go.
Big true. These are best of 3s? Is that what
They are best of 3s.
Okay. Just checking. And let's go ahead and introduce the players here on the map Alcyone. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner of the map. It is the Red Zerg down a game. Dark. From Dragon Kaizi Gaming. Is that right?
That is correct.
I did it.
His opponent, playing for the highly esteemed Starved Camels, is none other than Cyan. Here in the blue, up 1-0 against the 2019 world champion.
Feeling fresh.
We were there to see
be feeling good after
that world
game.
championship.
That was great.
I mean, it was a lot of ZVZ. There was a lot of Zerg in that that championship.
Who were the finals? It was Dark Rainer.
It was
right?
Dark Rainer, yeah. Yep. Rainer took out Cyril.
Yeah, I remember that. Cyril walked past me quickly in the hallway after he had lost.
Damn. At Atlanta last year, Cyril lost, and then like when he came off stage, I think somebody just approached him for like an autograph.
No.
And then there was a huge line. Because of course the moment he stopped, he was just there for like ever. I don't think he didn't seem like salty about it.
Okay. All right.
But like I just remember noticing that and I was like, that honestly it's pretty dope of him to just like stop and talk to people.
Yeah.
I mean, he was there for like 45 minutes.
Yeah. Dang. Really?
Yeah. The moment he stopped, a line formed, and the line was like, 50 people long.
Is he gonna be at this stream hack?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh.
I'm gonna get a basilisk. So I got a basilisk Rubik's cube that they sent me from like a Twitter thing, and I'm gonna get Cyril and Rainer and Trigger and Roddy to sign it because they're all on basilisk. So I feel like that's like a solid crew.
If I can find it, I have some of the confetti from when Cyril won BlizzCon.
Ooh. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's like...
Yeah.
You got to start scrapbooking if you get him to sign that,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Paste it into a book.
Yeah. Or rather, consume it. And imbibe his
Become
powers.
all-powerful.
Become as powerful as Cyril.
Or you get him to sign like thousands of them and then you sell them.
I do love little weird oddities. For instance, in my keyboard is a signed piece of paper that says "Go get 'em, streamer" from Up a Tree.
I love that.
It's in my keyboard. It's been there for years now.
Well, you have a Up a Tree custom key, so that tracks.
Yeah,
that's a perfect place for it. And then since then, you've made the decision that I think Up a Tree would count as being very smart, which is you stop playing StarCraft. So you've been winning since then, actually.
I've won. I beat the game. True. Okay, so let's see. What has happened in this game? Dark did not get his hatch block. That's always nice for Zergs when they get to take their natural.
Yeah, I didn't
He made
really
some
see what happens.
speedlings
Sometimes he
poking
takes a
around.
really early hatch to make sure he gets it. Oh, there's a fleet beacon on the way.
Oh, that's a fleet bacon.
Yeah, so this game, I mean, it's been
Do we
pretty
think-
normal so far. Cyan's gonna go harass with some oracles, but yeah, that's a fleet beacon. We're going straight to carriers or tempests.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it gonna be carriers or tempests? I mean, Dark sees no third base at this point. No way he actually thinks that probe was gonna just chill there and make the third. It is Tempest. I have a feeling.
I love
He's
this.
making a Roach Warren, but he is making more queens too.
So,
It's tough.
yeah,
Tempest
I don't
are
know.
tough.
I don't know. This reminds me of a build I saw not too long ago. I cannot remember which Protoss did it. It was on this map. It was a very cool build. Cyan does look like he wants to take that third for real. The Adepts are going to do their best here.
Yeah,
And it was
he
like
doesn't wanna
a
take it.
Tempests into carriers, but then also straight into like heavy charge lots ground army. And it kind of bopped Solar, who was the Zerg that I'm pretty sure it was Solar. Tried to build a bunch of corruptors and then like just didn't have enough roaches to fight the ground army kind of deal.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, classic move. But there's that Spire going down. So it does look like Dark's going for the classic
He has some idea.
Roach Corruptor composition.
I do love Roach Corruptor.
I mean, it's
Ling
Roach
Bane
and
Corruptor.
Air Roach is what it is.
I used to slam Lingbane Corruptor. That was such a fun composition.
I mean, that is a fun composition. You have a lot of units flying around, running around.
Yep. Yep.
Somebody's asking
Roach
how do they qualify for KSL? This is an open tournament. Anybody can sign up. As long as
You
you're
could sign up.
comfortable playing on the Korean server, you can. And we do this weekly, mostly weekly. Sometimes we take a week off. But if you'd like us to take less weeks off, you could sign up for the Patreon. For as little as
God.
$5 a month, you can support this
As
tournament.
little.
Because this is a tournament sponsored by the community, completely funded by the
Grassroots.
Patreon. $400 weekly. This full grassroots. These are the
Mom
grassiest
and
roots
pop.
you've ever seen.
Yeah.
You will also get all the replays from these tournaments.
These
you,
roots have so much grass
Patreon.
in them. I think Dark just loses this game, by the way. I don't know. It doesn't look good.
I mean,
There's 5 Tempests out.
he does. Dark.
I
don't
mean,
know
maybe
if
not,
Dark
though.
like.
There's the Corruptors, though.
He's got the
I forgot
Spire,
about
so
the
he
Spire.
can
He doesn't have the
just
Spire. He does
build
have the
those
Spire.
units. And I feel like Cyan has waited way too long to go do this damage.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
yeah, those Corruptors are on the way now. I don't know if Dark knew this was coming, but it kind of
Just
feels like he
kinda
did.
lucked into it,
right?
maybe?
Like, I feel like
Yeah.
Dark wouldn't have built the Spire otherwise. This is enough to one-shot Queens, so he's
It
going to
is.
lose a couple. Dark's just trying to keep him here, though. He's trying to hold him until the Corruptors come out.
You gotta be careful with your Corruptors, though, against this, because
You do, but also, like, I feel like
Not
Cyan
that
needed to
careful,
just
though.
recall immediately, and now
yeah.
he's just going to lose
feel it.
this. Yeah. He
gonna
recalls
lose
now, but he
one.
loses 2, takes half damage on another one.
Yeah.
He has to
And
defend,
the kind of the steam from that has just been kind of.
but he is doing the hot switch into ground. So he's trying to punish Dark if Dark goes heavy Corruptor. But Dark's a smart boy, and is going to go
Oh.
heavy Corruptor.
And he's gonna go heavy Corruptor. Yeah, he's kind of going more.
I mean, he definitely
I
doesn't
mean-
need more. He's got to be a little careful here. He's got +1 on the way.
Yeah, he's making
Whoa.
5 additional Corruptors here.
That's too many. There's
Sees the
actually
additional
too
base.
many Corruptors.
He's gonna see the Stalkers, though.
Yeah, the
I actually
Stalkers
think
are
maybe he
such
should
a
have
tell.
not shown them.
He definitely
Maybe you
shouldn't
don't
have
show
shown
them. 7 Corruptors, though. He's not canceling any of them.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have.
He's gonna have like 20.
Yeah, he's gonna have about 20 Corruptors. Like
He's
18.
gonna have so many.
The
This
Tempests
is the
don't
dance
stand a
of the
chance,
PvP, man.
But
No, they don't.
yeah, this is a lot of investment for Dark. He is on a pretty great drone count. It's about to be
he's
4
making
bases
46
to 4. Though.
lings, though. Yeah.
Lings are going to be pretty good here, right? Heavy Blink Stalker out of Cyan. Charge is on the way, but I don't think there's a Templar Archives just yet. So we're not going to have any Archons out to really deal with the Lings. Yeah, no Storm.
Yeah.
Corruptor is going to puke on some rocks. I didn't really get to go over this map with you at all. This is actually maybe my favorite map in the pool, just because it's the bottom, like, the bottom right of it is completely separated from the rest. You have to mine through or kill rocks to get there.
It is indeed.
So it's kind of cool. We didn't really get to see it utilized in this game too much, but it's an interesting map, this one.
Woo. Okay, here they go. Bunch of those Lings, though, getting trapped by the stasis. Corruptor's kind of just slamming in here. We're going to immediately kill that shield battery that's overcharging. There's just so much here.
Yeah, the Blink Stalkers didn't get enough of like a head start. They're going to jump on the Ravagers, but I feel like Dark's...
He might be able to get a few, but
so
the
much
Lings are about
done.
to be free again. He's not even actually fighting with all of his Lings. There's just randomly a bunch of Lings sitting back there.
And Stalkers have to warp into the main to deal with these Corruptors that are just peeing on every single building. The Temple Archives showed up and then died immediately. And I think Dark is just going to smash this. He just has way too much stuff.
Like it. It looks like it. Oh, yeah. Lings in the third there.
Under 100 supply here for Cyan. He doesn't have any big tech to really fall back on. There's no, like, disruptors or something to try to take this out. There's no real way to take advantage of the fact that Dark has a bunch of supply tied up in Corruptors. They're still doing damage. Charge wasn't even able to finish because he killed the pylon. Yikes, dude.
Oof.
Well, I think we're moments away from the tap out here. So it looks like Dark's going to tie the series up 1-1. Not giving up without a fight.
I think so.
Not getting caught pants out. What is that micro, Dark? Dark is BM.
He's spamming.
Is
he?
That's BM for sure. Yeah, that's pro player BM for you right there.
Is it?
He is. It's like a dance. He was dancing those units.
Oh, okay.
He was basically saying, get out.
Get out of the game.
And Cyan obliged because that game...
He did.
That game was definitely over.
But tell you what. 1-1.
Yeah.
Anything could happen here. In the last game of Dark versus Cyan. You know what would be so troll to do, but I bet you it would work. Is if you invited one of the casters to like an arcade game. And immediately started it.
Oh man. I feel like there was a match in some tournament where like two players decided to play it out in some random arcade game. I feel like that was a thing that happened.
Really?
I think so.
I don't know. While we're waiting to get started, I'm going to grab a beverage. If it starts, I will let you introduce the players without me. I'll return in just a moment.
All right, do it. All right, trying to figure out if we had to kick anybody from the lobby. But we do not. And now we're getting into the game. Game 3, Solaris. Ooh. Another questionable pronunciation on the map name. I hope we get to see every single map here today. That APOP gets the full purview of the map pool. I'm pretty terrible at remembering the various maps, but... All right. Do. Nickelodeon. Game 3. We're here on Solaris. APOP isn't back yet, so I'm going to introduce the players without them. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player for Dragon Kitesy Gaming. Tying up the series, it is Dark. His opponent in the lower left, the underdog, the blue Protoss for the Starved Camels. It's Cyan. Cyan's a nice color. I'm a big fan of Cyan. Also, when I was a kid, I thought it was pronounced Cyan, which I feel like is a better pronunciation. But alas, I stick with Cyan.
Is it not pronounced Cyan?
Is it? I feel like I've heard more people say Cyan. So I switched my pronunciation. Fun fact, I first learned about the color Cyan from Perfect Dark, where you could play like custom games against AI opponents, and you would pick their colors, and one of the color options was Cyan. And, you know, I was like 10 and had no idea what that was. So, learned that color.
Yeah, I think I usually hear people say Cyan as well.
So should I go back to saying Cyan?
I'm gonna continue saying it.
All right.
You can do whatever you want, though.
Damn, now I gotta unlearn that.
Readjust.
Yeah.
Dictionary voice reader guide just said Cyan. All right, well there you go.
Cyan. Okay. Like if Anne was psychic, she would be Cyan.
Did you have a Nintendo 64 growing up?
Yeah, I literally still have the N64 that I grew up with. I'm looking at it right now. Yes, that was.
I miss those.
That
days.
was my console of choice until the PS2 came out.
Yeah. Same. Actual same.
Yeah. Which also, I have that now too, and 55 PlayStation 2 games that my sister just sent me in a box. Unfortunately, the PlayStation doesn't actually work, so I'm gonna have to either get that fixed or get a new PlayStation, which probably will cost about the same amount. So I just have to do one of those things.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, very excited to play some PS2 games if I get the chance to. Oh man, Dark killed a probe with these 2 lings that snuck in.
He did.
Dark is a professional, man. I feel like he always gets these lings in. He knows the timing when the first adept goes out, and he takes advantage of this harassment that the Protoss tries to do. Delays the second adept by a very long time, gets a scout, gets a kill on a probe. I mean, these 2 lings got so much value for Dark. He's gonna lose a few lings in response, but like, who cares? They got the job done.
Who cares?
Not Dark. Dark don't care.
Dark actually making a good amount of rooms there. Middle of the map, gonna catch 1 adept.
Oh man, gets the second adept.
Does he get the second? Oh, it's so close. Oh my goodness,
dude.
he gets it. That's actually crazy.
The speed zone really coming into play there.
Oh, and he has to wall off with his shield battery.
Yeah, I mean, this really sucks for Cyan. The Oracle gets pushed away by 2 queens. It only gets 1 kill.
So low HP.
Dude, the double queens. He is forced to cancel something, but end of the day, does it really matter? Oh my god, he's gonna delay the 3rd. Dude, this is like Dark is manhandling Cyan in the start of this game right now.
Yeah.
The Oracle will force these lings away, but I think Dark's quite happy with this opening. He's got a Roach Warren going down. Is he just gonna do that game 1 push again?
I mean, maybe. You do make the Roach Warren, though, I feel like, in most EVPs. God, Dark makes his Roach Warren so late.
Yeah, it is quite late. It's just the positioning makes me feel like he's going to attack with it, you know? Like, do you build it behind your 3rd if you're just going to chill at home? I don't know, man.
Well, there's no reason to not make it behind. I mean...
Yeah, but do you...
Having it more forward doesn't make a difference.
but it feels like it does, you know?
You're more aggressive.
It's definitely a more aggressive positioning, even though it matters not at all.
Yeah, okay, sure, yeah, okay.
Cyan is going to get some drones here, but will lose these adepts for it. Not necessarily worth overall. I think that... Did the Oracle die? Yeah, one of the Oracles died. The other one's still alive. But there's a lair on the way. There's no roaches coming out, so Dark isn't going to be aggressive with this aggressively placed Roach Warren. And Glaives is about to finish, so Cyan could try to head across the map, although after losing 7 adepts this game, it's not going to be that powerful of a push. This is why a lot of times when it's an adept opening like this, you see the adepts threaten, but not actually shade in. Especially like group of 4 that we just saw die. Losing those adepts for a few drones is not worth it when you're about to hit with Glaives. Because now this is not really that scary.
You would definitely prefer to just have 5 additional adepts there.
Yeah.
Let Dark have those, or 4, I guess is what he lost. Let him keep the 5 drones. You get your 4 adepts back. This attack is much, much stronger.
But I don't think Dark realizes this is Glaives. I mean, obviously by now he does, but he didn't pull those drones immediately. It's still not going to matter, though. He sends the drones back right away. He loses 4, but he kills every single one of those adepts. Nothing bad happening for Dark here.
Even more valuable.
He's somehow behind in workers. He just stopped hitting the drone button. He's forgotten where
He is making 12 roaches.
He do be ready to attack.
He is like, let's do it. +1 missile, halfway done. Who cares? Let's go.
Well, he's kind of right. I mean, this would be the timing. Blink is not done yet. +1 is not done yet. Cyan is trying to get some static defense up. He's got some shield batteries and a cannon.
An Immortal on the way, but it's going to take a hot minute for it to be done.
It will. It's going to be right on the front lines, though. I kind of like this positioning of the Robo.
Yeah.
And it means Dark's going to have a bit of a tougher time. But the Ravagers here are going to be so strong. He just needs to be very careful of the Stasis Ward.
Yeah, I think it's going to get... Oh. Okay.
He's got so much stuff. He's going to try to break the rocks down in the middle of the map so he can get across a little bit quicker. This is giving Cyan more time, though. Blink's about to finish. +1 is done. That first Immortal is out. Cyan's trying to take a 4th, though. He does not realize what he's up against. That is not
know what's going on.
Stasis Ward is
good little bit of wings, but
I think this positioning is just not good, though. The Stalkers cannot take a good fight from this side. The Ling reinforcements are going to get the surround on the Stalkers blinking backwards. There's no shield battery to go to. The Bile's just killing everything in the 3rd. And this game has just been all Dark all the way. And I think he's about to go all the way with it.
He could go all the way.
Yeah. Oh, that poor Immortal. So close to getting out.
Close.
And yet so
Maybe
far.
actually not that bad for that Immortal, though, because he would have just instantly died.
True. The Immortal is still alive in there, and therefore
he's just
living up to his name.
He's safe on the Protoss planet.
That's right.
Because that's how it goes.
Actually,
right?
I think Robos like construct the units.
Do they?
But I guess it needs like the consciousness in there before it's really the unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're robotics. It's like a robotics facility, right? I think it builds instead of like warping it in. You can't warp in robo units. I think it builds like a physical body, and then the consciousness of a previously dead Protoss gets put in it. I think that's how robo units work.
I think it's supposed to be, yes.
My lore knowledge in StarCraft is very low because I just don't care.